were crying during that scene where he's pissing. It was really heartfelt. Yeah. It's got Zendaya, apparently. Zendaya.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe that's why it's big.
She's one of the leads.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, so I guess we didn't come to an ultimatum on that guy, whether or not he did it on because of his wife told him to or not. So I guess we don't know. We'll have to wait for her statement.
Yeah, I guess we don't. I still have one more topic though. So Jackson, do you think you're being punished for your crimes against the world in Australia currently? You're getting flooded, right?
Oh yeah, it's not too bad.
Talk a little bit about that. Explain it to everybody.
So it's just been raining non-stop for the last week, and yeah, it's the area around me is flooding.
How's your dirt pile doing?
My dirt, you mean my house?
Yeah, your dirt pile.
It's a little bit more than a dirt pile, but it's fine. It's a wet dirt pile now.
It's not washing away?
No, I still own it.
Okay.
That's how the government reclaims their land. They cause a flood initially.
The government, more like Aquaman, if it's on his territory now. So is the skeleton of your house on top of a hill or anything, or is it like flooded too? What's going on?
I actually haven't been out to check yet because the roads are all flooded, so I can't get out to my new house.
Aww.
But I hope it's okay. Yeah, that'd kind of suck. It's taken 1.5 years to build, so
you actually don't know if it's fine or not?
No, I can't. I mean, what am I meant to do? Fly my helicopter there? I don't have any way to get there.
Well, you could check, like, I don't know, you could call whatever company's in charge of building it or
they
whoever
can't
you
get
bought
there
the plot
either.
from and ask, like, hey, what's the elevation on my property?
Oh, I know. It's fairly elevated, and, like, we had all flood risk assessments done on it, and when we initially bought the land, and they came back, fine. They said that it's got a low risk of flooding. But then these like catastrophic floods started happening this year, so I don't know now.
Yeah,
and I won't know until I get out there.
To give everybody an idea, Jackson in our private chat has been sending us photos of the neighboring areas to him, adjacent to him, just flooded with pee-pee poo-poo water that is entirely brown, which I assume is like it rains and then the sewage water also adds to it, so it gets diluted into the fucking thing. That's disgusting.
I mean, yeah, maybe. That's what stormwater usually looks like, though. It's just mixed up with dirt and stuff.
No, I didn't know this of it because I didn't think of it.
Have you never been in a flood
before? It makes
before?
sense. No, I haven't, but Doug has. You remember, like, Doug, my buddy, his house has been flooded before, and he had to actually relocate and everything, and he said that something I never knew about flooding is that all the sewage system, it contributes to the flood. Like, all of that fucking water is diluted with people's shit and piss, and it stinks like a toilet everywhere.
Well,
and
worse than
obviously the bugs
that, I
come
mean,
out.
not just the sewage. It picks up everything. Like floodwater is extremely powerful.
Yeah.
It picks up everything. Like there's a lot of people are idiots. Like they'll go like surfing, I guess, bodyboarding, or driving through floodwaters, and it's literally the most dangerous thing you could do because you don't know what's under the water. There's like a lot of debris. There's like garbage bins and like syringes and shit floating around. Yeah, you're meant to avoid it. And so there's a photo in that I posted to our chat the other day of someone on a second-story house, and the floodwaters actually reached their second floor patio, like balcony.
Yeah, the
That's
balcony.
how high it's getting in some places.
Holy shit!
It's insane.
How bad is it where you are currently? Like right now, where you are?
Currently it's not raining at all at the moment. There's a bit of a respite, which is good. They must have heard the official podcast is recording, so the gods stopped their showcase of torrential downpour. So that's good. But we haven't had any flooding in the house or anything. But outside is pretty swampy. Like the roads and lawn and such are building up. But we're in a pretty good spot. We are very close to our city, like our township's main river, though, which is apparently overflooding, so that could cause issues if it continues down the week. But I'm safe, I think.
Do you have a plan for if the flooding continues? Do you have like some kind of like a dinghy to escape on?
I mean, I have a second floor house. I have a second floor house, so I think I'm fine. I think I just won't go downstairs. If it comes to that, I'll have to live off the second floor.
There's this Uber Eats, and it'll pull up on a little
a little boat.
It's
good luck. So there was a situation back in, I think, 2014 where we had similar levels of flooding. No, it was earlier, 2012, I think. And our power was out for like 2 or 3 months. But I was living in a pretty rural area at that point.
Jesus.
But the floods were about the same level as what they are currently. But my power is still on and the internet's still on. It's only dipped here and there for like an hour or so. But yeah, I'm still going good. But they do say that there's going to be a lot more rain this week, so we'll see.
Is this helping at all with your water shortages?
I mean, it's not necessarily water that you can drink, clearly. No, it's full of, like, shit and piss.
Yeah, no water is anything you can really drink, but, like, you can still purify it. Wasn't your problem that even your purification plants didn't have enough water to purify for people to drink? The
dam basins and stuff were running low, yeah. We haven't had any droughts. Yeah, we haven't had any droughts in our area, though, which is an issue because we didn't have water shortages where we are. So the places that did have water shortages aren't getting this rain, but we are, and we're already pretty fine with water. So more for us, I guess.
All right, well, yeah, good luck.
All of the major roads out of where I currently live are completely inundated with water. Like, you can't see the road at all, and like they're up to about like the roof of most cars. Like, I've seen photos of just cars abandoned in the floods, and sadly, like, I think 5 people have died so far. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm going to do if I need to leave. 7 people have died. Did you say?
Yeah, I just saw it.
Yeah, last I heard was 4. Yeah. So wow. Big call to anyone in Australia or Queensland, because it's Queensland that's currently been affected. Anyone in Queensland out there, stay safe and stay out of the rain and floods. It is dangerous. Don't go bodyboarding through the water.
But do what you can to play Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm. If your internet still allows.
Yeah.
And send me care packages, please. Send me food.
No, you don't need it. Just adds to the experience. Seek your nearest shelter and ask to use their computer.
Have you guys never been through a flood before?
Yeah, when I used to go to University of Tampa, it's in downtown Tampa, which floods badly. So typically what happens, and you've probably seen it on the news, is the entire roads in downtown Tampa just flood, and you'll see people like try and surf and bodyboard through it and whatever.
That's what I'm talking about.
There was alligators in it one time, which was pretty cool. And the only time I ever was affected by it is I was leaving campus during a flood, and I didn't know it flooded. So I pulled out of campus, which is a little more elevated than the rest of downtown. And I still remember I made one right turn, and it was just a giant fucking river in that entire road. And I just drove through it because I was like, yep, well, I'm already here. If my car dies, it dies, whatever. I made my bed, time to line it.
You shouldn't have driven through it.
I know. I almost floated that bitch across, but I just barely made it.
Jesus.
Most of the people that die in floods are people that try to drive through those situations and get stuck, and then the water rises even more. Like, flash floods are a real thing. I don't know if flash floods happen a lot in Florida. I would assume they do, since there's a lot of bayous and stuff like that. But flash flooding is flooding that happens extremely quickly before you can even tell that it's flooding. Mm-hmm. The waters just monumentally rise extremely quickly. It's super dangerous, and that's usually what most people die from.
We get a fuckload of flooding from hurricanes.
Yeah,
it's pretty regular. Yeah.
Does that subside pretty quickly, or does it hang around a lot?
I'd say it depends. It's. I guess. I don't really know what quickly subsiding constitutes. Yeah. My college actually flooded as well, to be fair. And people, I remember there was one guy who would drive his car through it back and forth, and he had a rope that he put out the trunk, and people would fucking surf through it. So that was fun. Cool, it was pretty neat, yeah.
It is cool until you realize you're surfing and bodyboarding through shit water. Kaya said.
The funny part is later he got stuck in the middle of it.
Aww.
Yeah. So,
that's a bummer.
Yeah, good job to that guy.
Do you think the world is eventually going to just flood a lot, and then people with houseboats are the most well equipped?
And we'll live in Waterworld, and Aquaman will show up. That's right.
I think there's a very good chance that the whole world floods. Why not?
Yeah, it happened before.
Yeah, God will do it
There's
again.
only a limited amount of water.
Let's put this in perspective, boys. For the whole world to flood, the whole world, we would need Mount Everest to be submerged.
Oh, imagine that's the only thing alive, and that's where all of us live. That's a cool anime idea.
That's a
massive
good one.
alive.
I
That's
watched that
literally the
movie.
plot